So what we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna peel off this here, just so that we could see uh, this muscle here. You could see this is external oblique, external oblique. You see how it kind of ends here, and then over here will be the internal oblique, which is gonna be underneath it where it's covering it, right? So I'm gonna follow this external oblique, external oblique, external oblique like this, and then we're gonna peel it off like that so we can reveal the inside muscles, and then also there will be muscles towards the center that are different, and today we're going to see the muscle that's responsible for the six-pack, with this, which is the serratus, which is the rectus abdominis. That's the six-pack muscle, the rectus abdominis. Okay, it's the same name in the human. Okay, my good friend. All right. So what I do is I take my sharp, deal here, and then I'm gonna use my sharp hand just to gain access first, and then I can just follow this. You see how nicely it's nice and dark over here, and then it's light over there, so I could see exactly where the muscle ends. So I'm just gonna pick on the connective tissue here. You see what I'm saying? Maybe here. So maybe I might wanna do this. Yeah, the spring came by so fast, and you guys are gonna go for spring break next week. We have to come to work. But so anyway, you guys get to rest a little bit. Not really. Yeah, I do this. Good on you. Yeah, you need to keep studying all this stuff, okay? Because when we come back, I think it will be midterm 3 or something. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, but you can sneak in some fun here and there. You know what I mean? Because you can't just be all play, no fun. You gotta do a little bit of fun. You gotta excel in all areas of life. If you're happy, you study better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you should always like reward yourself. If you do well and you master something, help yourself with something that you like to do, or watch your favorite series or whatever. Because when you do that, it makes you want to come back to learn some more. That's how it works. I mean, you do whatever you can, but basically, if you're not happy, you're not going to study well. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I put you on a bed of nails and I say, can you read this? Even if it's a pleasurable thing, you can't even focus, right? You need to be happy first. Then you can absorb. You see what I'm saying, my good friends? So did you see what I did? I gained access, and I'm not cutting very close to the muscle. You know what I'm saying? I am cutting a little bit away from the muscle. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, there you go, my good friends. Bing, bing, there you go, there you go, there you go. And then I do that, and then I'm gonna peel the rest of this connective tissue because it is covering part of the other abdominal muscles here, especially the transverse abdominis and also the rectus abdominis. Then you will be able to see it clearly how it's going. Do you see the cobwebs? You see the cobwebs is my thing for connective tissue because it does look like cobwebs, but you don't call it cobwebs in the exam, right? You call it it's connective tissue. But when you can see that, you know that you're separating the muscles properly, okay? But if you start seeing muscle fibers, then you know you're cutting through the muscle and you don't want that. You see what I'm saying, my good friends? Do you see? So there is that. Bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing. Okay, very good, very good. It's working, it's working. Okay, very good. There you go. Bing, bing. Okay, very good. You see how we can peel it off like that? Okay, so we know we are on the right track. So what I'm peeling off right now, that's the external oblique, external oblique. Okay, it's the same name in the human. You get it, my good friends? Oh, crappity crap. I have to watch myself. If I find that my pointed end is towards the cat, I have to flip up and put the blunt end. You see what I'm saying? That's how I do it. You see, so if you were the one dissecting, you'd have to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Do you see how it's going round? It's going round like that. So I'm just going to follow it. I'm just going to follow it like that. Bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing. And keep doing that. And keep cutting. And I don't mind that I'm cutting away from the muscle. There's lots of connective tissue room here. Do you see how it's going? You see how it's going over here? So some of the connective tissue you want to first of all peel it off with your what? With your hands, with your fingers, so that you know exactly where your muscle is. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So now I can see that my muscle is ending right here. You see, it's over here like that. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm comfortable to cut, because then I know if I'm cutting through the connective tissue, I know that it's all good. This leg is kind of in my way. Do you see what I'm saying, my good friends? So then I do that, and I am cutting away. I'm cutting away, and then I'm gonna sort of go take this curve here, and you know what I'm saying, like this. Bing, 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 bing. Take the curve. Okay, my good friends. There you go. Bing, bing. So I peel it off like a banana here, like that. Bing, like that. Okay, so I gotta go a little bit more. Do you see what I'm doing? You see, I'm peeling it off. Now I can see, and you can see the orientation. You see how this is going like this? Orientation, this external oblique, external oblique. Now look here. Look at the internal oblique. It's going the other, you know what I'm saying? It's going in another direction, the fibers. The internal oblique, do you see that? It's going in a different direction. And you could see that this one ends right here. But the internal oblique continues out here. You see what I'm saying? This is all internal oblique, and even up to here. It's the internal oblique. Okay? Because the external oblique falls short. You see what I'm saying, my good friends? So I'm going to just continue to peel it off a little bit so that I can do that. So I'm going to go here a little bit like that. So I'm going to go like this. Because I'm going to need to cut this. Some of this connective tissue is so tough because these are very thin muscles. You know, you want to make sure that, you know, you're not like continuing to pull it because you might tear the muscle with it. You see what I'm saying, my good friends? And then I want to make sure that it's coming out into the movie. Get my Steven Spielberg on. Alright. They did the Oscars last week, you know? So that's why. You see what I'm saying? You guys watch your Oscars? Do you watch those? No? You're too busy studying? Yeah, you guys are good. Yeah. I was just checking. You know what I'm saying? My good friends. Oh, my good friends. Very good. So you see what I'm saying now? I'm going to peel the rest of it to the middle, and then I'm going to expose the transverse abdominis, okay? My good friends, so there's that. So I'm going to continue to peel it off like this. Peel, this connective tissue. Do you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This muscle here is the rectus abdominis. This is one that's responsible for the six-pack. You see the six-pack. Do you see that? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. This one is a 4-pack. So it was blessed. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had a 6-pack. I've got a 1-pack, but I'm working on it. It's gonna be 2 next week, and then you know what I'm saying? That's how progress. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you know, growing up, there was this cousin of mine. He was just shredded. He was jacked, and he would eat a whole bunch of food. I was eating the same amount of food, and I'm like crap. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair like that. And this guy didn't. He would eat a horse and still be okay. He still have a 6-pack. I'm like, so it's genetic sometimes. There's some people who are blessed like that. So don't worry about it, okay, my good friends? If you don't have a 6-pack, it's okay. You join the club. Yeah, man, he didn't need to do anything. I would be doing sit-ups and nothing. And he just was all jagged like that. I was like, man. The genetics. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm doing, oh crap, I almost cut it. Yeah. My good friends, do you see now, my good friends? So we got external oblique, and then here, oh crap. Here is the internal oblique. All of this is internal oblique. Now here, do you see there's gonna be some of it is connective tissue, but the tan part is muscle. Okay, so here I'm trying to sort of see this edge. Do you see this edge here, like going like this? So this in the middle one, here, you see, and it's even going at another angle. So this from here to about there, that is the transverse abdominis, and then this one here with the 6-pack, this is the rectus abdominis. So if the arrow is more towards the center, you would say rectus abdominis, and then if it's over here, you can see the orientation of the fibers is even different. So here, you see, so there's that. This would be the transverse abdominis, okay? And over here, you can see this internal oblique. So this is the internal oblique, and then this is the external oblique, the flap. So if it's pointing to the flap, external oblique, and then here, internal oblique, transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis. You see, it's got all these divisions. You see what I'm saying? For the six-pack. And in the exam, I'll pick one of the obliques and one of the abdominises, just to keep it interesting, correct? So that you don't get bored. And then so there will only be two here, because that's all there is, right? My good friends, do you see it? External oblique, internal oblique, transverse abdominis over here, okay? Transverse abdominis, and then over here, this one in the middle would be the rectus abdominis. And that's it. Okay, my good friend? Okay. Thank you so much.